Tapestry weaving isn't a dead art less practiced in the Middle Ages. Today there are numerous artists creating beautiful tapestries, and if you're lucky enough to find one, you can have a tapestry made just for you. And today, we're going to learn from tapestry artist Pamela Topham how to have a tapestry commissioned. I'm hitting the road, searching for answers, and finding great design. It's a quest for beauty, function, and of course, inspiration. When somebody is to commission a piece, what step do they have to go through?
Well, first, you'd have to see the artist's work, and you see they do the kind of thing, in my case, that they were interested specifically, probably a landscape, and they might have their own ideas, or they might leave it pretty open. They might have a favorite place. You know, let's just say, for example, so there's somebody that lives in East Hampton, and they have this favorite spot where they can see the Cedar Point Lighthouse, and it's across the bay and it's off in the distance on a spit of land, and it's their favorite spot. And so they would commission me, and I would start with a sketch. Is this the kind of thing? Yes. Is that okay? Then I do a very finished drawing. So this would be what I'm going to work from, and what they would see is what it's going to look like. And then usually, you know, they would make a payment early on, and then what I do is kind of spread it out to halfway and then finished and hung.
What would you advise somebody who's going to have a tapestry commissioned?
Well, I think it's looking around at different tapestry weavers. You can see on the internet now, you can find, you know, different, that just gives you the idea of the composition, because it's very hard to comprehend the texture. So it takes some time to look around and find the kind of thing you like. And then you might have a studio visit to that artist and sit and talk to them, and, you know, find out what it costs and find out how they work. Other people might work differently. For the most part, you're going to start with a drawing of some sort. Or you might come to them with a photograph, you know, and say, this is a place that when I was in Italy, you know, and I want this in tapestry. You know, and then for me, I have to work from a drawing. I can't work from a photograph. So I'm going to interpret that photograph in a drawing. And then it goes, this next interpretation is from the drawing to the weaving. But I think, so you'd start, you might even visit several artists in their studios and see their work up close, see them in galleries, you know, wherever you can, so you get a better and better idea of what you want. So you're clear on what you want before you see them. And then really it's a conversation about your vision for your house and the artist's vision. You might, if you get down to an artist that you're this is the one, then you might take them to see the space. And so that gives them a better idea of where it would be hung and how it would look, and it might even influence the piece a bit, you know. The last thing an artist wants to hear is, it has to match my sofa. You're supposed to buy the sofa to match the art, you know.
It doesn't work the other way around?
No. And if that's your motivation, don't tell them.
Does it make it harder for the artist to work in those conditions?
When they stay, I think, when I've had a corporate commission, it's been more restrictive sometimes. They want the lawn, you know, in this case that we mentioned was for a college campus, they want it to look like a lawn and not a meadow, you know, and that kind of thing. The people will have their own ideas about things. And I think it's the more you talk, and sitting there with a drawing that really spells it out, you know, that gives them a chance to see. Some people have a better vision of that, transferring that drawing to this tapestry that's substantially bigger in a different medium, and some people might not. So the more you talk and share that, then the better shape you'll both be in. And you can write out a contract so that everybody knows. I think that for me, with strangers, you will have a good contract. Mostly I've dealt with the gallery, and they'll write up the contract. So then that's their business, the business side is taken care of. If you're doing it personally, sometimes that can be a little bit harder. it's nice to have that professional, gallerist that knows exactly how this is done. And that's how they get their commission.
How long does it take for the entire process, typically?
Well, it depends. If I have a lot of other work, I'll say, so they might come to me in, say, May. I can say, I can start this in September and put it on my schedule. This is the thing I'll do after I've had the show and I have this other commission. I can start that one in September. And so they would give me a deposit and they're on my calendar. And generally I'm pretty good with my schedules, and if anything I try to allow a little extra time in case I run into a problem. And then I can give them I give people an approximate time that usually is pretty accurate. But so it depends. I mean, I could be able to say, okay, I could start that right after I finish this, or it could be, well, I have to finish this and I'm putting together a whole show. I can't start till next November. So, but for doing the piece, if I can start it right away, then I'll know about how long it'll take. A month, 2 months, whatever.
Check out my website, askthedecorator.com, to discover more about this topic, read informative how-to articles, or watch other videos from my trip. You'll find a variety of helpful decorating advice when you stop by.